I've had quite a few people ask me about Spurs or even tell me about Spurs. But for all of you out there that may be contemplating what type of spur to wear or what kind of spur you might use, uh, I've changed quite a bit over the years. I used to wear a big old rowed spur. I come from Idaho. Buckaroos were kind of my heroes, so I've always had a big rowed spur. But you know what I've done here, me and my buddy RJ Ware, I built these spurs and had a big old rowel on there, and I cut it off and I welded a end of a ball peen hammer on there, and that's pretty heavy. And don't let that thing fool you. If you need to thump on a horse's rib cage, it'll get her done. But also, it's pretty forgiving too. So if you're riding a green horse that only has a few rides on it, and you want to introduce them to spurs, this would be a good choice. It's what I use. I went to using these on all my horses, even my bridle horses. They don't get caught on anything. They don't get hung up in the brush. I really like them. They work real well for me. One little side thing that I discovered is your horses will swish their tails a lot less. You know, fillies or mares tend to be a little grouchy, and you go to touching them, and they don't like it, and they get to swishing their tail. And if you're not careful, especially on a turnaround or something, or even a lead change, you get to spurn them and their tail, they get in the habit of swishing their tail, and that ain't good. But with these ball spurs, man, they don't hardly swish their tail because they don't have that rowel pinching them or grabbing. You might do is have a chain or a strap on the bottom so that when you go to put them on, it don't matter what kind of strap you got, and it don't matter if the buckles are on the inside or the outside. If you're from Texas, they might be out there. Buckaroos tend to put them on the inside. It don't make a hill of beans difference. It's just whatever you want to do. Main thing is it's strapped on there so that don't wobble around. Then when you go to ask you to use a spur, you put your calf on them a little bit, keep your toes up, put your calf on them, and roll that spur into them a little bit. You don't have to sit there and stab on it with them. One thing about these ball spurs, they're pretty forgiving, and you won't get in a whole lot of trouble with them while you're learning to use them. Well, I hope that helped you. Happy trails.